Hello and welcome to another BLENDERSUSHI video tutorial. I will be doing another live noding tutorial. Live noding is like a spin-off of live coding. Normally people do this using codes and they will program it live and they will make mistakes and fix it on the fly. I'll do the same with except that I'll be using nodes, as you know, and I will be using the Blender animation nodes add-on from Jack's Luke. And today I'll be doing a demo how you can make like a circle generator in animation nodes. Okay, let's get started. When you open Blender, you get something like this, as you already know. And normally I will always switch to compositing, as I will be working with nodes in this part. I don't really need this area, so I will just hide it. Switch to animation nodes and create a new node tree. Alright, so probably I'll quickly show you. As you may know, we have like a grid generator and line generator inside animation nodes. And if you press Shift A or Control A, I normally just use Shift A, and you can see under Mesh there is a generators, and you got line and grid. I can quickly show you what they do. You probably know this already. Line give you like points that will make a line. The easiest way to see it happening is by using object output. Object output is expecting mesh data, so you kind of go backward. Mesh data, combine mesh data, and you can plug this into there and plug this to there. Nothing happened because let me hide this camera and lamp first. Put it in the layer 2. You don't see anything happening because you need to generate a new object like that, and then turn on this thing, and you're supposed to see something, but because I haven't plugged in the edge indices, let me do that. Now we can see an actual line, and this line you can subdivide it depending on the step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points that create a line. Same thing with grid. Actually, if you go to mesh, go to grid, and if I delete this and plug this in, plug that in, you can already see edge. You can change the attributes, and you'll be getting a grid that you want. And if you plug in the polygon as well, you'll get a face. Yeah, it's that simple. Basically, you wish you'll have like bunch of generator, like a whole bunch of generator, and there are like there will be endless of generators that anyone can make. You wish Jax would make much more, or other developers. I guess they will, but they just haven't got time. So today I will try to show you how you can create one yourself. It's basically really simple. It's just a circle node, circle generator, and for that you just basically need a circle formula, like a math formula that create a circle. You can Google search it. It's really simple, but I will show you anyway because it might help you if you want to generate all kind of mesh generator that you can think of. All you need is a math formula, and then try to think how you can set it up using animation nodes. Okay, let's do it. Let's delete everything. We can leave our default cube right there. I will be using script node. Script node search script. Excuse me. Script. Alright, script node. And let's create a new text. It's gonna be my script. Let's call it circle formula. Let's call the script circle formula as well. Okay. Alright. And click on this magnification thingy. Just ignore the phone. And the formula is basically like this. You will be creating position X and position Y. For the X, it's going to be radius of the circle times sine angle. Sometimes angle is they call it theta, but we can just call it angle for now. And then for the position Y, we use the cosine. And since this is that's basically the formula to create a circle. Let's give it a try. Because this is Python, we need to have like a math module. And for the sine, it's gonna be math sine like so. This will give you like a circle motion. Let's give it a try anyway. Okay, we're gonna need our input is gonna be the radius and angle. We will provide those values. They are gonna be a float. Radius, angle. The output is gonna be our position X and position Y. We don't really worry about the Z position for now, because circle is just basically like a flat, sitting in flat on the Z axis. Position X and position Y. And if we let this formula to drive our cube, for example, we can use object transform output. We're gonna be modifying the location. Let's grab our cube. Now it's totally controlled by the node, which is cool. And let our formula drive. Wait, that's our script, right? We actually need the subprograms. And let's plug this in. We have this combined vector nodes happening, and that increase the radius, modify the angle. Alright, the angle goes from, as you might have seen, okay, each if you know math, in order to make a circle, it goes through 360 degree in angle. That our angle must be in radian, so we need to have like a conversion, radian, degree to radian. Basically the angle is expecting radians, value in radians, so let's do that. Now it's doing the right thing. From 0 to 360 in degree. File, let's save this. Circle generator part 2. Save it. Alright, cool. So we have our formula working. Now we just need to create a loop that actually will help to generate a value for our circle. It's really simple. Let's delete the default cube now. Delete that. Let's leave this alone. We will need a loop, so let's see. Okay, create another loop. Okay. Okay, how do we gonna do this? Let's see. We will need to create like a dummy object. Let's create an object instancer. And let's just turn this into a mesh for now. Give it like 5. So it's generating this 5 container mesh, and we can plug this into the loop. Let's see. The loop. So this loop up here will do all the hard job for us. Let's hope that this actually works. I tried this few times and I found this really weird bugs that's almost drive me crazy, but it should be working now, I think. So in order to create a circle, we need like 360 degrees. So create a math node. If our script node doesn't work, actually we can do everything using just nodes, which can be more convenient sometimes. But in this case, we can actually contain everything inside here, inside the script node. This is kind of like semi-script node kind of workflow. So divide. I did this a few times, so I know which node to create basically, but I did a lot of trial and error. So in order to create a circle, it needs to go through 360 degree, and depending on the number of points specified by user, maybe 10, this has to be 10 as well, right? For that to get that 10 value, we can plug in the iterations. We can actually check the iteration debug loop. Let's plug in the iterations. Let's check the value of the iteration. It's 10. See, it's 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So 360 divided by 10, we have 60 degree, and with that degree we can use the index, multiply, and so on. You will see. Let's hope that this actually works. If it's failed, if the bug's happening again, I know the solution. Plug in the index, and this 360 divided by 10 is 60 degree. Plug into this guy, multiply it. The result goes into the angle. And do we have anything going on? No. Let's create object transform node. Object transform, location. The objects, all this instance container will go into that objects. And for the location, of course, the vector goes in there. Okay, the bug is happening again. It's really weird. Maybe because of the naming that I have here, radius. If I actually create another variable, another float variable, and call it r, for radius, it will actually work. Yeah, you see, it's actually working. Yeah, this almost drives me crazy. I think there is a bug in the script node that's using, maybe it's using a variable called radius for something. I don't know. But I will report this to the animation nodes developers. Maybe Jack can help, or maybe he's having an exam at the moment. Maybe he can do it in a couple of weeks. Maybe other developer can take a look. So we have our circle happening. We can control the radius. Oh, using this variable. Forget about this guy. Let's just delete it. Yep, good. It's all still working. We can control the radius of the circle, and then we can tell it how many points it should have to generate the circle. Minimum of 3, I guess 6, and it creates this kind of thing. Let's make it like 16 points. But yeah, so basically we have our circle. You can, if you want to generate spline, you can use a spline from points node, spline from points node. Now, okay, this is an interesting part. So you have loop happening on the top here, and you have this object container goes in, and what would be nice is if we just have some kind of vector output right here, and we can do that pretty easily by clicking there and tell it to generate, to output vector list. Right, so we have this thing. If we plug this into there, what's gonna happen is we have this little thing here that we can use to generate a spline. Hopefully this works. Put in the spline. Okay. Create a new object. Spline. Okay, okay, again, you see the circle is happening already. We can hide the lines there. I don't want to see that. Turn off the relationship lines, so we can now see just the circle. This circle is just like a normal curve in Blender. It's not, you see, it's not actually enclosed. You can turn on cyclic to make sure it's enclosed, an enclosed curve. I think the thing with animation nodes is at the moment, if you have an enclosed curve, you cannot perform something like this, like a curve, like a, let's do it the Blender way. If you have a curve, you can turn on the bevel, yeah, and then you can play around with this thing, the bevel start and end. If I'm not wrong, at the current version of animation nodes, you cannot, if the curve is closed, you cannot do this bevel start and end animation. But maybe in the future you can, in the next update. If you want to do the same thing inside animation nodes, you will be creating, oh, you just turn it on. Right here, it's actually hidden by default. bevel depth, resolution. You can increase the resolution like to make it smoother. Bevel, start bevel and turn this on, and you have the same ability. Yep, that's if you want a circle, and you can make it cyclic or non-cyclic. That if you want to have circle. Let's save this. But I want to show you something interesting. If you let me check if I'm actually recording. Yes, it's recording. Let's just turn this off. File, save, file, save as new file, just in case it crashes. Let's turn this off. Turn this off. Turn this off as well. Delete that curve. Let's say you create an instances like let's use a locator for now. Empty. Yep, empty locator. Probably empty with a axis. It's doing it. No, it's not doing. I want to have the axis. No, it's not giving me the axis. Arrows. Arrow, that's what I want. You see at the moment the instances is actually all facing the same directions. If we instances, if we make instance like Suzanne head, like a monkey head, and let's put her at the center. That's her default. She's always facing -y directions. If we instance the Suzanne head, let's see what's gonna happen. Copy from source. Copy from source. Suzanne. See, all the Suzanne is facing that way. What if we want Suzanne head to face outward or inward with the circle? You can actually do that quite easily by using something called I think it's direction to rotation node. Yeah, this is kind of animation node specific, but it's probably a useful concept that you can transfer to other package as well. So direction to rotate, if you plug the vector points into this thing and plug the Euler rotations into the rotations, let's turn on the rotations. You see, now the Suzanne is facing, okay, we want Suzanne to face -y and let the Z become the top. Now it's correct. See, that's original Suzanne, that's all of them. All the instances are facing outward. You can make it facing inward as well. Yeah, this is super useful. And in fact, if you use Euler math, you can do something like this. See, you have control over the twist. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm trying to show you today. I know it's not like super duper complicated thing, but you should be able to create a circle, like generate a circle procedurally everything is really fast and interactive. And yeah, so hopefully this is useful. If you really want to show, okay, maybe I'll show something more with the Suzanne head there. We can make it moving in a like sine wave like that. Let's try. So it's the X going like that. What if we plug in the frame? It's gonna be rotating. Okay, we can use math, sine wave, sine. Where are you, sine? Okay, it's moving pretty fast, so I can use another math, multiply the frame by 0.1. Yep, something like that. It's pretty interesting, right? It's actually using radian at the moment. It's doing what it's, but you can change it to degree and probably use like a map range, something like that. But I'm not gonna do that now. What we can do then, use something like delay time. I like delay time a lot because you can quickly do something really cool, like plugging in the index into the delay, and now each one of the animations is slightly delayed. And we can again multiply the number. And so on. Like even the sine, you can probably make it, the frequency goes faster. Anything you can do with sine actually is gonna create really interesting wave. And yeah, so procedural circle and the way you can arrange the axis of the instances. Hopefully this is useful for you. See you at the next video.